Now we're still in Fuerteventura, and today we're going to take the time out to go and find a very unusual tourist attraction. Back in the 1930s, whilst Adolf Hitler was charging across Europe and starting to create and form the Nazi Party, and World War II was starting, there was also what seemed like an escape plan if ever he needed one. And a house was built in Fuerteventura. Now this place is called Casa Winter. Winter being the architect's name who designed it, Casa Winter being winter home. Did that have any resemblance or didn't it? We don't know. But there's a lot of stuff emerging about Hitler, how he wasn't actually killed in that house that we were all led to believe, and that how he actually escaped. He was able to make his way over to the Canary Islands. He then went to this house for 6 to 12 months whilst undergoing plastic surgery with his surgeon, and then was smuggled over to Argentina with millions and millions of Europeans' money to help rebuild the Argentinian government and to reform a Nazi party, which is actually still going to this day. So, is it true? Isn't it true? We don't know. We just know that this house is in one of the remotest parts of Fuerteventura. And we're going to get on the bike today. We're going to plan it and we're going to head over. I've got the wingman with me. He's ready. You ready, Jackson? You ready for doing some investigation? So,
Got my gun.
We're on the road glide, and you can tell we're in Fuerteventura because this has been parked overnight. And look at the dusted sand. That's going to be a bit of a pain to get off. So off we go. We get ourselves ready, and we'll head over. Casa Winter, here we come.
First of all, it's anyone's guess why Villa Winter was even built and constructed the way it was and was never occupied. Having an opportunity to get here to take a look at it, perfect spot to hide in, I would say, plain sight, because if I was sitting in there as a wanted person, I'd laugh and say, come get me, because you're not going to get close to me. Look how this is built. It's a fortress. You got one road in, one road out. The winding roads and the side of the mountain that this place was built on. The house itself, it appears to be some sort of a lookout or an observation tower in the front of the compound. Boy, look at this.
Like something out of a James Bond novel, you know?
All right, look. See the glass? What goes on down here?
It is very interesting.
Downstairs in Villa Winter, we found a tiled room. Now, one part of it's got a wash basin in for clothes, and it's carved out of stone. Another part of it's got a sink, but it is all tiled.
What was down here?
I don't know.
It would be easy to scrub down and keep clean and make disinfected. It could be a medical facility.
Safe house is labeled all over this place. This is exactly what this place was built for. I find it kind of bizarre that there was so much intel that could have been gathered back in the 1940s with people that were still alive. For a fugitive, it's a fortress. Perfect place to hide. It's frustrating as an investigator not being there during that era. I'm able to connect the dots now. Can you imagine what could have happened 70 years ago? Unbelievable. We were taught to believe that Adolf Hitler killed himself. He had ample opportunity to escape Germany, and he probably did.
There's not sufficient evidence. Hitler died in the bunker in April 30th, 1945.
Could Adolf Hitler have gotten out of Berlin and how?
So, got the right helmet on to see if I couldn't fit in. This is Confetti, and that track, which is so surprising at how many hire cars I've seen heading that way. The fascination for this place must be quite big, actually. We was here thinking that nobody really knows about it, but everybody knows about it, and it is actually being turned into a It's kind of a historic site that lots of people go, and lots of people who love Adolf Hitler obviously want to go and look at his old house. We didn't want to go for that reason. We wanted to actually go because it was a bit strange and a bit... all this stuff about Hitler living a fruitful life after the war, I find incredible. You can't tell me that he left with the whole world after him, went and got plastic surgery, was able to get himself over to Argentina, rent huge villas, and live this very fruitful life with his family. You can't tell me that that was not known about by the government. And what we know about governments now, with what we've learned from pandemics and everything else that's been going on in this crazy world, I think we can pretty much say that the world is just a load of bull. And this was obviously a deal, I reckon. But this is certainly a very, very remote place. Now, I can't get close enough, not with the road glide on that sort of track. But what we can do, we're going to get you some history now offline and show you some history clips, and we're just going to add them in to this video to just bring you up to speed with this actual place. If you do want to come and hunt this down, you need to rent a 4x4. Then you could really go and get to wherever it is. But look at the traffic over there in the distance. All hire cars, all fascinated with this house that Hitler lived in and had as his holiday home. Right, Jackson, let's get going.
I want to wash the bike.
I feel a bit uneasy here.